Hi you guys, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft. There's a huge mess on my desk. I would call it an assemblage of lots of different things because I just signed up for a tag swap through Ginger's Corner. If you're not familiar with Ginger's Corner, it's just a community of scrapbookers and crafters, and they do swaps. Every week you can sign up for a swap. They do bigger monthly swaps. This is a partner swap, so I don't know who my partner will be, but I wanted to go ahead and get started. And the theme for this partner swap is summer. So and it's tags. So you have to make 5 tags, summer themed. They also participate in other challenges. There are games. They have a Facebook page, and Ginger and a lot of the other folks have YouTube channels. So I encourage you to go check it out. So I'm going to try and make a variety of tags, variety of color, variety of themes, all summer related. So I sat here, I pulled out a whole bunch of summer stamps because I would like to use those because I don't use them that much for scrapbooking. So I want to challenge myself to do that, and doing it on tags is perfect. I also wanted to include a shaker on one of them. I want to use stencils. So here's what this is my plan. I'm not saying this is how it's going to end up, but this is my current plan. Number 1, popsicle. So I have this from Queen & Company, a popsicle shaker die and kit that goes along with it. So I'm going to do a popsicle on this green lattice because I think that is a fun color. And the Queen & Company shaker kits are pretty fun. I've put the sequins and stuff away, but it comes with even pre-cut acetate and the adhesive foam. So that's relatively easy. And in addition to that, I have something else I don't use enough. I have this really cute washi tape. So that's going to go along the bottom of the tag, I think. Popsicles are very summer to me. So that's kind of the start of one plan. I'm also going to do each one of them will be a different size. So I have this set of nested tag of different sizes. So I'm going to do that for some of them. This one, I think I will use my Creative Memories tag maker. So you can do a 2.5, a 2, or a 1-inch tag. I don't know if I might make, I don't know. I'm going to start with 2.5 inch. This one, I might get away with a 2-inch tag for this one actually. And then, so that is tag 1. Let me set it over here. Tag 2, I'm going to do red, white, and blue. I got out my stitched star dies. I have some other star punches, but I'm going to use this just because it's got the added texture of the stitching. I'm going to do that in red, white, and blue on a white card. I have not gotten out my red, white, and blue scraps yet, but that'll be all scraps for that. But I do also have this cute red, white, and blue washi tape that I think I'm going to include on that. I'm not going to use washi on all of them, but I got out that to sort of challenge myself on that tag. All right, that's 2. Tag number 3, I want to use this, I think of it as water stencil. I suppose it could be wind, but I'm going to do it as water. So I'm going to do a water theme tag, and I'm going to put it on this teal colored paper, and then use darker teals and do Distress ink. And so that is the card for that. That will be tag number 3. Let's see, tag number 4, I have another stencil, and I have this really big tag. This is going to be a big one, and the reason it's big is because I've got this Sunshine stencil from Vicki Boutin Where To Next, and this is the size tag that fits with the sun across the bottom. So I'm going to put that on this sort of peachy yellow, and then use other yellows and maybe peach, coral color and stuff like that to make a sunset. I don't know what else is going to go on there yet. I have, so some of these, they may all get sentiments, I'm not sure. So that's the sun one. And then the last one, I'm going to do a, like a beach scene, I think. So I have some cute stamps. So there'll be some cutout stamps, and I will do maybe torn layers of craft cardstock, or see what I have in my scraps to do sort of sand on the bottom. I may or may not include water. I'm not sure. Yeah, I may do, so this will all be paper piecing. So I'll do some sky, some water, some sand, and then some little things on the beach. I have this, and I have lots of different things, but I have this stamp of a palm tree. So I've got a palm tree and a surfboard. I think I have another surfboard somewhere. There's a little boat that I can put out in the water. Life is better at the beach, so a cute sentiment to go with that. Or I may do like a sign sticking up on the beach. This one says beach. So something like that. Let's see what else I have. This is travel. I didn't get to that. I ran out of tags to do ideas. I probably should have signed up for 2. There's an I Love Summer on here. There's a Hello Sunshine. There's a Hello Summer. That'll go on one of them probably. So let's see what else was on here. There's another, but I think I'll use this tag. I've got some other stuff. Now, so far, I haven't found anything that I need to make on my Cricut. I have been doing that quite a bit lately, so I'm going to try and see if I can maybe not do that. I pulled out some palm fronds and things. I didn't know if I might need that. And I've got these cool thinlits that make some shapes. I don't know if I'm going to need that or not. But it's out. All right, so let me at least start, make my base tags. I won't make you watch me do that cutting. And then I'll come back when it's time and we'll start doing some of the ink blending and making some of these tags. Well, I spent several hours making these tags, probably across, maybe it was across 2 days, I don't remember. So this video gets through 3 mostly complete tags, and partials on 2. So there will be a part 2 of the video. So this first one, I had die cut all of these stars, and I did end up having to recut a couple of them because the die cut had little the little metal tabs, and I hadn't cut them off very well. So I had holes in a couple of my stars, so I fixed that. This is some super old washi tape. It's not very sticky, so I had to use glue underneath it, but it's a real pretty metallic, and I loved the color of it. So I used some star washi tape and then the blue washi tape across the bottom of the tag. And it gives it a nice finish. And then it's just a matter of putting the stars down. And I keep it all pretty flat. And you know, I end up cutting where it's sticking off the tag. I cut those off. I don't know why. I'm an engineer and I wanted smooth lines, but I saw some other people's tags and they had stuff just sticking off of the tag and they looked fantastic. So I totally could have left these with bits off them, but that's okay. So I'm I'm taking these snips that I bought and just snipping off those metal parts. And that lets me cut. So I'm going to go off and fix those medium stars. So I came back. You didn't even see me leave. So it's just a matter. So I did a blue printed paper, a blue solid, and a red solid. And it came out really cute. It doesn't really need a sentiment. I mean, it's red, white, and blue and stars. So pretty obvious what type of page you could use this on. And so I felt it just didn't need a sentiment. And I think I did 3 different sizes of stars on here. And that seemed to be the right balance. Also, in part 2 of the video, I do come back in with ribbon on all of the tags as well. I don't do that first. I do that last. So you'll have to come back to see part 2. I'll have that posted. I'll post that tomorrow. So it'll just be 2 days in a row because it looks like this video is going to be over 20 minutes, even sped up at 3 times. So I just set that aside and it's time to start on tag 2. And this is the popsicle shaker tag. So I had initially cut just out of some craft colored paper, and then I found that Chamel what's it called? Packing material. That was a wood grain. It's a little shiny, but I loved it. So I just cut the stick out of a little piece of that wood grain. And just to give it a little more dimension, a little more interest. So the way the shaker box works, I'm using some flat adhesive tape to stick the acetate down. And so this is some really thin, I think it's about 1/16 of an inch, scrapbook.com adhesive, and it worked great for this application. And then take the acetate, I'm just making sure it's clean, and then set it down. Of course, I don't get it perfectly on there, and I need to take my scissors and trim just a little bit. But that's pretty easy. And then these kits came with the foam adhesive pre-cut. So you have it, and it's really easy to use. So I do, though, need to have what I'm going to back the popsicle with. So I was thinking about doing it with the white, and I ended up going into my scraps and finding this pink kind of swirly paper. And I think that's perfect. And I'm going to use all pink embellishments. So it's I don't know, raspberry flavored popsicle. So I just pull out a whole bunch of different shaker elements that I have, and some of them I have some gems that I bought recently, and then I have some different tiny beads and things. So I'm just going to build a combination of things that I like. And then I've got a couple of different colored beads here in this little container. These containers I got, I think, at the dollar store, and they're so great for keeping my little sequin mixes and stuff like that in. I think I have 3 of them now. This is a smaller one. I have 2 or 3 larger ones. So I have some extra gems out, and I'm going to use those to further embellish on the tag. The other thing I have is some washi tape. Oh, these are some round circle sequins without holes in them. So just digging through my stash. So then you remove the paper strip off the adhesive and then just hand trim around it. It's just really makes it easy. These little kits. And the beach kit that I got had a popsicle, a flip-flop, and a palm tree. And I've made the palm tree before for a scrapbook page. All right. So now I'm going to look for my washi tape. My desk is getting messier and messier. You should see it by the time I finish this little project. It was a disaster, but cute and fun. So I'm looking for a sentiment and my washi tape, hemming and hawing. So there's the washi tape, and it's got little popsicles on it, so it's perfect. And I don't do a washi tape strip on all of the tags. These are the only 2. So I'm just looking for the right sentiment and the right size sentiment. I think this one says, "Hello, Summer." Right, so I did use my MISTI on this just in case I needed to stamp it twice, and I think I do end up, the first time I stamp it, I think I felt it was not the right color or too dark, so I change it up a bit. So I do this one. I love pink and teal together. I'm an 80s girl. And then I think it's way too dark. So I don't love it. Easy enough. Let's try something else. And this, I think, is gosh, I don't remember the name of the color. It was a color of the year from Stampin' Up. So it's not available anymore. So I'm just going to fussy cut that sentiment. Pretty quick and simple. And then I decide to round the corner, the bottom of it, because of all the round edges on the popsicle. I think that, you know, makes it look a little more custom. And so popping up the sentiment, I think that's appropriate with the popsicle on there. And then sprinkle a few of those pink gems around. My picker-upper tool worked great, but then it wouldn't let it go. So I had to use my finger on a couple of them. All right. So that is tag number 2, mostly done. And I think it looks pretty cute. All right, on to tag number 3. So I've pre-cut the tags, and this one I'm going to do the turquoise tag, and I have this Vicki Boutin swirly. It could be wind or it could be water. I'm doing it as water, and I'm going to get I'm going to use 3 actually of my Tim Holtz oxide inks. One is Peacock Feathers, one is Uncharted Mariner, and one is this one. I don't remember the name of this one, but they make a nice combination, and they're on a turquoise, so there's really, you know, almost 4 different colors here. So I just do some ink blending, starting with the lightest, put it down in 3 areas, and then the medium one, put it down in 3-ish areas, splotchy areas, and then the darkest one, and then come back in with the lighter and the medium to blend a little better. I'm not an expert at ink blending, but this came out pretty darn cute. So I do try and clean my stencils right after I use them. They will mostly, especially with oxides, they'll clean up just with water. I just have some water-based Stampin' Up! Stamp cleaner that I use. And look at me even putting it away. Amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other ink blending now. And this will finish up what I get done for this video. And I will finish up the sentiments and embellishments for these 2 tags in the next video, because I wanted to give them a chance to dry really well, and I also needed to do some thinking about them. So here I pull out, I don't have that many oranges and yellows. I decided not to use the citrus color, but I'm going to use the honey, and then a couple of oranges. One is the coral, abandoned coral, this honey, and then the other one is not marmalade, it's another kind of orange. A pumpkin is the color. So I'm just going to do an ink blend on this, where it's lighter at the top and then going sort of to the deeper pinks, closer to the sun. And I will go back over these to ink blend them also. And then I do a combination of, I think, 2 colors in the base of the sun as well. So here I'm just trying to blend those lines to get kind of this ombre look for those sun rays. Okay, so this
video is about to end when I finish this ink blending. So please give it a thumbs up and come back tomorrow, same bat channel, same bat time, for part 2, where I will finish up these two and do the 5th beach scene tag and finish up all of them with any final embellishments and ribbons. I think that came out really, really cute. I'm just going to do a little bit of cleanup as I did before. And thanks, you guys.